See how he goes? This is how he talks to me. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a super exciting day because, as you can tell, this is not my boat.
We got another boat.
Yes, Bert got a boat, finally, and I'm really excited to see it. Tell us about it.
What we have here is a 1987 Seawolf. It was built by Watson Yachts, a sailboat company over on the West Coast back in the 80s. It's actually a modified Seacraft.
Cool.
So it's a great riding boat. A buddy of mine had one, bought it brand new back in 1987, 87 or 88, I can't remember. And he had a single 225 one. He ended up putting twin 225s on this little boat. It's crazy fast.
I'll bet you.
But anyway, it's a cool little boat. It's a really wide boat. It's a deep V. It's a great riding boat.
Well, okay. So I want you to show me everything on the boat and stuff like that, and take us through it. But you had an idea that you want to tell the audience about. Talking to us about.
Well, we were down at the boat show and we were looking at boats, you know, and they're just incredible looking boats. But everything we saw down there, you know, a 21-foot boat, you're looking at $100,000 plus.
Yep.
You know, so for the average guy, you buy the boat, that payment alone before you put gas, insurance, or anything else into that boat that's a staggering price. So I wanted to do something, wanted to buy one I bought this off Facebook Marketplace and see if it's a viable option to buy a used boat versus a new boat, buy one that is a lot older, that you get a really good deal, you know, a good price on. Is it viable to spend the money, less money to get the boat, add things to it, see, you know, compare the price of that versus buying a brand new boat and just go use the boat.
So this is what we're going to do. Throughout this project of fixing up this boat, which it's already running, we don't have to do a whole lot to it to get it out in the water. But as far as outfitting it and everything like that, what we're going to do is we're going to keep a running tab of the cost of everything that we do to the boat. And when we're done with it and get it to where you like it, let's compare it to a comparable boat of buying new today, price per price of what you can get used versus brand new. And that's going to be this whole project. So take us through the boat.
All right,
let's take a look
at it. First off, we got an old 3-liter 225 Merc. It's a carbureted motor. So, you know, fuel efficiency, not. But I was reading on The Whole Truth, the reliability of these motors, people liked them pretty much. I've never been a Mercury fan, so to speak. I'm more of a Yamaha guy, but the boat came with a Merc on it, so we're going to do Merc.
Longtime viewers of the channel will know that I am not the biggest Mercury fan either, but hey, if it goes, it goes.
We have a Mercury.
What's going on here? We'll come back to that. That'll be a future video. I don't know what that is.
That is custom right there.
Oh, man.
That is Facebook Marketplace.
Are we going to find a lot of that kind of engineering on this boat?
We are going to find some engineering like that.
Let's go. Here. I'll bring you with me while Max comes up. We may need a new bracket. I know a guy.
Okay. So we got the boat came with hydraulic steering. So we don't have to buy that.
Nice.
We got a live well that I believe functions. These are things we'll have to go through, but it has got a big old live well here. Oh, light in the live well.
Very nice.
Supposedly the guy told me it worked. I don't know, but we'll see. Now, the boat only has a 40-gallon plastic tank in it. So with a carbureted 225 Merc, 40 gallons is not a lot of range. But for the time being, we're going to use it. The original tank, I believe, Chuck's, his was I want to say 75-gallon tank.
It has to be because mine.
He ended up putting a larger. They put like a 120-gallon tank on the boat.
Yeah, mine's a 16 and it's or a 19 and it's 66 gallons.
Yeah, so this 40 gallons on this boat that's a bit light, but for the time being, we're going to use it the way it is.
Yeah.
The leaning post, that's one of the first things that I would like to change on the boat because it doesn't have storage underneath. It's a large leaning post. I would like to get a Birdsall Mini, give us more deck space here. As you can see, somebody put a T-top that came off of a different boat. They fit it on this boat. I'm not a huge fan of the size of the center console. It's kind of to me, it's a really odd console.
It's big. It's big.
My friend Chuck, that he had the same boat. They offered it in two versions. There was a smaller console, which I thought was much better. But as you can see, somebody's added starboard to plug holes over the years. So I mean,
we're no stranger to that, but okay.
It has a radio box here. You can see it looks a little janky there. So you can see somebody cut this. They ran the wires up through instead of through the leg and in like you normally would do. They've got this plastic piping out on the side there. Yeah.
We've got a battery switch sticking through here.
Now that I do like.
I don't hate that actually.
I like that. Grab that latch over there on that side. Right here.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So
oh wow.
You know how yours kind of does that, but to me, it's still for access. That's
hard to get to.
Yeah, it's really not. I'm not a fan of this console.
Yeah.
At all. Well. But I am a fan of the boat. So we'll deal with it.
Well, it's I mean, it's a great boat for the price. I don't know if you want to say the price. Well, I guess we're doing a running tab, so we kind of have
the original price he started out. He wanted 15, I think 15.9 or something, which to me was nobody's gonna pay that. And he kept dropping it. And actually, we were down at the boat show when I saw he dropped it again, and so I made him an offer. Went out and looked at it. I had to come up with another $500, but we settled on 9.5.
That's a great price.
I'd have liked to got it for 9, but I wanted the boat, so we got it for 9.5.
I like it. All right, so let's come up here. We got a couple of fish boxes. Here, I'll get out of the way.
Well, we actually have one fish box in the floor.
What are these?
They're just storage. I mean, you could use it as a fish box. You could, but it's storage. Mm-hmm. But this would be your fish box.
Gotcha.
You know
what's under here? More storage?
Yeah. That I want to say that ties into the anchor system, but maybe not.
This looks like an anchor locker to me.
One for the anchor locker goes there. This I haven't even looked in here, to be honest with you. And what do we have?
That's where you find all the goodies.
We have a plastic cover for the Mercury.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's exactly where that goes.
Keep it right there.
Love it. Little spider cracking. You know what? This actually has the exact same non-skid that my boat has. So if there's any patches, luckily we have some left over from JB that we can do that.
This boat right here is going to be.
That's so funny.
JB will be helping us out.
Oh yeah.
On this boat for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and open that anchor locker. Let's see what we got in there. Because I haven't even opened that.
Oh, we got. Well, it comes with an anchor.
And the anchor locker.
Very nice. And there's a nice little.
Yeah. So you clip the anchor to that and boom, throw it overboard.
I understand the method behind that, but I feel like we could do that better.
I think we come up with a better situation.
Do you want a bow sprint? Like a roller?
I was never a fan of those things.
Okay, all right.
I am not.
That's up to you, man. This is your boat.
They do have their place.
It's a small boat for one, but
I was just not a big fan of them. But anyway,
well, there's a couple holes in the fiberglass that we gotta fix. Yeah. There's a little polishing we gotta do, break out some sure hold, buff magic, all that good stuff.
But I think the main thing
I like it
is before we tear apart the boat,
let's use it.
This summer, we're just going to use the boat the way it is. It's just going. I mean, we're going to spruce some things up on it. I'd like to change the leaning post as soon as possible as we're using the boat. That's a must for me. Eventually, I would like to put a bracket on this boat. Again, we'll leave the transom open. You know, a lot of guys.
We get a lot of flack for that, but I actually like
myself,
it's working.
A fan of the open transom with a bracket on it. A lot of people are like, "You're crazy," and yes, I am. But anyway, that's where the direction I'm going to go with this boat. I'd like to eventually, I would like to put a different T-topping center console in it, a smaller console, a better T-top. But one of the first things that is a must for me is change that leaning post.
Yep, I'm with you.
But the bones of the boat, I think, are good. So I would like to do that and put it in. Eventually, we'll put a bigger fuel tank in it.
I like that it's Fighting Lady yellow too.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I like the yellow on it.
That's not for me. I mean, mine's dark forest green, but we gotta change that. Anywho, thanks for coming and doing a walkthrough of this boat with us. It's just a nice little introduction to do the boat. But we are going to be doing a couple of episodes coming up about what to do when buying a used boat. Bert's going to take us through a couple of different processes for compression tests and testing out what to look for in boats and stuff like that. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hit the notification bell because those episodes will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And we'll go through and talk about how to buy a used boat. But I'm pretty excited that you did buy this boat. I like it. I think it's gonna be a fun project. So maybe we should go get it on the water.
Yeah, we could go take it for a ride.
Let's do it. That's just gotta be the sensor.
Irritating as hell. But I mean, I got oil. We're not overheating. We're pumping water.
Well, maybe there's some sort of short in the line or something like that. Okay, go. And that's how you fix that. That's not the right way. That's not the right way to do that. Don't do that.